right, a new day dawns. Benny, we left you committing a crime.
Allegedly
Committing a crime.
Remember, it's not a crime if nobody saw it.
That is very accurate.
As I understand the law.
So, you start your day. How does Benny start his day after he commits an alleged crime?
He gets up and, very carefully dresses himself and goes down to the local the meat market or whatever it is where the wise guys congregate, and sits out and has a cup of espresso and sits and basically just sits and waits for somebody to tell him what to do.
That's fair. You do see on the news reports of something or someone flying around the city last night. Which all of you see that. Like, there's a news report early morning of the strange object, which may be a person or may not be a person, flying around the city again, because it has a tendency apparently to do that in the wee hours of the morning.
Did the audio recording say something like "woo" or something?
There was not an audio recording. It's just like man on the street reports. And it's become kind of a regular thing in the last few weeks. There's apparently something just flying around the city at odd hours. but
probably an Amazon drone.
Yeah, no one's managed to get it on camera yet. So yeah. But yeah, so that's a thing.
I'll be sitting out on the sidewalk I've got the fold out, silver thing under my chin, trying to get the sun on my face and drinking my espresso.
Fantastic.
Smoking a cigar.
All right, we're going to come back to you in a second. I need to know exactly what you were up to. We're going to come back to you in a second. Brad wakes up, gets the information from Sage, and there is no what's I'm looking for? No surveillance information there. There's the aforementioned like receipts and purchase information, and she mentioned a possible pattern, but you are not computer savvy.
Well, I'll make notes of those. I will head into the office, type up a report to my superior. I will also ask if anyone knows anything about the flying person.
Mm-hmm.
And in particular, I will try to get in contact with my ally, Randall Portman.
Mm-hmm. What do you just trying to give Randall a call? Just trying to figure out. Okay. While you are in the office, there is a report of a break-in at. Well, I mean, there are always reports of break-ins. Are you keeping an eye open for a report that is relevant to the incident with?
I'm assuming at this point that any 911 calls that come in that include a report of an active super committing a crime will just get forwarded to me, or to my department, or to my squad anyway.
Yes. However, I cannot promise you that criminals employing their own super are going to call in reporting a super being involved in a crime.
No, I mean like witnesses.
Oh, okay. All right.
What did you think I meant?
I'm just. There's always a logic here. So I mean, you do see across the general. There's no mention of supers because honestly, there were no real witnesses because everything happened inside the building, pretty much, or in the alleyway. And there is a break in at a local, well, they're all local, but a dry cleaning owned by a Chinese family. That grabs your interest as quite possibly the same location that. What is this character's name? What is Rodney's character's name?
Hank.
Hank. That Hank had mentioned the night before. Who I guess Hank is out and about on rounds right now. So you get your allies' voicemail. What are you leaving for him?
Just want to know if since he's more into the community than I am, I will describe the power sets of the guys that Hank told me about. Older Italian guy who seems to be indestructible, Asian guy who shoots lightning out of his hands, and also a mysterious flyer. The night flyer, that's what we can call him. And also, what's this U-fiber stuff that's in the news?
Okay, all right. So a couple hours later, you get a call back. What is your crime family, Benny? What's the name?
I think it's the Colombo family. I think is what I decided on because they work in Manhattan and Brooklyn.
Okay, all right.
If it had been said when you originally said it, I'd have been working for John Gotti, but as it is, I'm not.
All right, so you get a call back, and it is Randall Portman, and he, hey, good to hear from you. How are things at the station?
The usual. They have me kind of focusing on weird crimes, but not giving me a whole lot of direction. So I'm kind of faking it. So anyway, I don't know if you got my email, but there was an incident last night that Hank got dragged into for reasons that baffle me, and it ended up being an altercation between some older mobbed up guy who seems to be indestructible and some Asian guy, possibly in the Chinese syndicate, who can shoot lightning bolts. I was wondering if you'd cross paths with any of those.
Not personally. I've not heard of lightning bolts guy or anyone that really can do that, so that's new to me. He may be new to the city.
I mean, you shoot fire people, so it's not beyond imagining.
Oh no, I'm not familiar with anyone that has that particular skill set, as it were. I've heard tales of quite a few people that are very sturdy. And as far as there's one in the Gambino family, and I believe I've heard tales of an older gentleman in the Colombo family. Obviously, I myself personally don't interact with that side of the tracks, as it were. But word gets around, and I've heard a few things here or there. Do y'all not have any? Is there any record? I mean, come on, you're the cop, man. Like, I just put out fire.
I mean, this was just last night, and our tech person is still researching. I was wondering if you might have heard of it. And at this point, is the fireman, is he like in big with? Well, first of all, is Project Utopia and Team Tomorrow a thing yet? Or
There is currently no Project Utopia and Team Tomorrow, as far as any of you know. Neither of those things have been. There are discussions on, you see in the news about governments and the UN starting up some kind of joint policing effort, possibly in the near future, to deal with this problem. Problem not the right word, but to deal with the evolving situation. There's currently no set organization that has been specifically designated for that. As far as a unified organization, individual cities, countries are kind of dealing with it on their own. There's not even a real count of how many people in each area in the world have abilities, and in some places, like China and North Korea, like according to them, no one in those countries has powers, according to the official government line. Ironically, Africa and South America are more they're more forthcoming about what is going on. Villain is yes, and especially in South Africa, because there are a couple of people with elemental powers that have started like rehabilitating parts of the desert and in South America, parts of the rainforest. One thing on the news today is actually that several logging companies have been driven forth from the rainforest completely because someone or something has animated vegetation and turned even animals against the evil capitalist. And so, just saying.
Okay. Well, I will pass the time, ask him what he could. Does he have one of those new fancy costumes that's like bulletproof or something?
Not yet. Some designer approached me about that recently, and I'm supposed to go in for a fitting next month, but it's very new. We're still working the kinks out, apparently. They wanted me to do a test run of it, partially for marketing, partially see how it works, since I'm on the front lines all the time. I could really use a break. No rest for the weary.
Well, let me know what you think of it. I might try and get the department to get me one.
All right, I will.
All right. Well, thanks. Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right, no problem. No problem. We'll do.
And then I will head from there to the if there's like a gang task force, or if I have any contacts in the department who can tell me about.
Of course, there's an organized crime task force. Of course, there is. This is New York.
Well, then I'll ask for information about the Gambino family.
So they give you a couple of locations where their representatives, they put that in heavy air quotes, can be found. And a couple of just diners in the surrounding area. They've heard tales of there have been reports of super activity and one-man brawls, but they've not gotten anything concrete down. The Gambino family, they know for sure there's a super working for them. Are you going to describe what you're looking for as far as powers?
Yeah.
They do not think it's the Gambino family because the person that is working for the Gambino family is much more dramatic in their activities and tends to leave a higher body count. They seem to be more on the offensive side. Some kind of edged weapon or blade or claw or something.
What was the other family?
The Colombo family.
Yeah. I had a mix up in my head. All right. Well, what do we know about the Colombo family?
They believe that there's someone in the Colombo family that has powers, at least one person. It's not been completely identified yet because whatever their powers are, they're not flashy. There have been some break-ins where it seems like one individual has literally walked off with, effectively safes. But they've not they're not over the top. They give you like locations where both families kind of hang out with their enforcers and whatnot, or their representatives hang out and spend time, and you can choose which territory to visit. I assume you're going to go with the Colombo.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a little diner. It's downtown. It's it's a chill place. It's that mom and pop Italian feel where if you don't pay your bill, you just are never seen again. You're
yes, that mom and pop feel.
Yeah, hey, I've been to some places in the South like that.
That's fair.
Yeah. Are you going in uniform or are you going out of uniform?
Plain clothes.
Plain clothes. All right. So you're going plain clothes. You walk up on the place. It's got several tables outside where just several older gentlemen are out there smoking, playing cards. A couple are playing chess. So there's one sitting there with one of those big fan things, tanning himself, in the middle of the street, the walkway, and it's just it's like a little deli / sandwich place / mom and pop store. There are bars on the window. There's a TV outside that's blaring the news. Roll me perception. Oh, let me see. Roll me perception plus awareness plus node. Luke, roll me perception. You don't have awareness or node.
So perception, eh?
Jesus.
Oh my God. That was that wrong. You need to make it ice.
Damn.
Nothing here.
So I've wasted 7 successes just to say, oh, there's another player.
It's that guy right there.
So Benny is oblivious. He's just chilling out.
Do I get any extra insights with my absurd number of successes?
So you walk up and you walk past the guys playing chess and a guy eating a sandwich. And as you're walking by the guy that is an older gentleman sunning himself, like you feel like you were hit by a truck. Like there is tunnel vision where it's like there's only one other person on the street, and it is this guy, and then it passes as soon as you have that. You kind of do a stutter step where you're, almost you're surprised, I should say. You're taken aback, like a physical
Dreamweaver
reaction.
starts playing in the background.
Sorry. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
Is he sitting alone?
Yeah.
And is he eating or what?
I think he's getting a tan, right? That was my understanding.
Yeah, I've got the thing under my chin, and I've got a cup of coffee on a table next to me, and a cigar.
Okay. I will go over to him and say, first of all, we'll walk past him. Is there a refreshment? This is not a bar, is it? What kind of place is this?
No, it's like a deli.
Yeah, I will go to the manager, flash my ID or my badge, and ask him who the old guy in the corner is.
Who wants to know? Who are you? What are you coming in here flashing that badge for? What do you think you're doing?
Well, I think I have mega charisma and a specialty in ordering people. So
Roll it.
I'm going to fix him with a firm gaze and say, "This is official police business." Let's see. So if I succeed on the basic roll, I get an additional 3 auto successes. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to roll 9 dice and botch. So just watch.
I believe in you.
Now you've jinxed yourself.
I really did drink myself because I knocked myself off the internet. Give me a second. There we go.
Fantastic.
Player 1 is entering the game.
Yeah, 2 out of 9 plus 3, so I got 5 successes.
All right. He glares at you. That's just Benny. He's, just a local guy. All with him.
Okay.
He ain't ever anyone harm. He's a little slow, A little and the guy like taps the side of his head when he says a little slow, like
What do you mean slow of mind?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will fix him with a firm policeman's gaze and just keep staring at him and make him sweat until he just gives me information.
All right. Well, he's gonna like kind of shy away from you because you're scary, and it's
It's the power of the law.
You're like, excuse me, I got some dishes to wash.
All right, well, I'll go back and to where Benny is and introduce myself and say, "Excuse me, are you Benny?"
I'll gradually open my eyes and look up at this guy. Who wants to know?
I will flash my badge. Sergeant Brad Jeffries, AYPD. I have some questions for you, if you don't mind.
Were you some kind of cop or something?
Yes, sir. That's what the badge is for.
Yeah, I've been here all day. I didn't do nothing.
I'm actually kind of more worried about where you were last night.
I was at home watching the television.
Oh, what show?
Some kind of cooking show. I like to cook, so I was watching a show about cooking.
I'm going to try and activate my mental prodigy investigative power, which I failed to do last week, so we'll see. So that's going to be roll intelligence. So that's 1, 2, 4, 5.
Good luck besting my incredible mental defenses.
I think again, worst power ever. I didn't botch this time. All right. Well, that's interesting because there were several witnesses who put you, and I give the address of the Chinese laundry last night.
No, see. No, nobody saw me. There was nobody there. They couldn't see me. I mean, I wasn't there. Yeah, I was at home watching the television. You got a warrant?
This is just an inquiry right now. Do we need to go back downtown? I'd be happy to read your rights. I think I got probable cause now.
I don't know what you're talking about. You got the wrong guy. I'll glance over to the left and see if Carmine or any of my superiors, whom I know to be smarter than I am, are around.
Okay.
You don't see Carmine. The other gentleman, actually, roll me a perception plus awareness check.
5.
There you go.
You are definitely getting stares. All of the old guys out there are like giving you the stink eye, and you can hear from inside the diner muffled something. So, a cop here. I don't know.
They're not supposed to come by till next week.
Yeah.
Who didn't make the payment?
So yes. Yeah. That is what the situation is right now. But also, Benny does. He's looking around for Carmine. I didn't see him, but he does see. He's familiar with the surroundings, so he sees the other guys kind of like watching him, seeing what's going on. Roll a. Well, no need to roll. Continue.
Oh, I will keep an eye. I'll change my position where I can keep an eye on them out of the corner of my eye in case they try to start anything. And I'm like, look, Benny, I don't want to start anything. And in fact, I think I could be persuaded to let all that business last night go. It's not really my problem. I just want some information.
Oh, well, what kind of information are you looking for? Like I said, I don't know nothing.
No, I just want some information about you. Like, what all can you do?
What do you mean? What can I do? I'm retired. I come down here. I eat my sandwich. I drink my coffee. Trying to get a tan, but you're standing in the way of the sun. So what do you mean? What do I do? What are you talking about?
And can I make an interrogation roll?
Yeah, it'll be opposed. Interrogation.
I will spend a willpower.
It'll be opposed to manipulation plus subterfuge. So you'll start at 4 dice unless you want to spend a willpower. Do you want to spend a willpower?
I should probably have waited to roll before he committed, until he committed to whether spending willpower or not.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Benny?
Yes.
Are you with us?
I'm here.
Okay, so you're making an opposed roll. Manipulation plus subterfuge, which is 4 dice. Do you want to spend a willpower or not?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear any of that, and I don't know if I have any of those things. we're doing this. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
looking at your character sheet. Yeah.
Yes. Now so am I. I'm smart enough to know that this guy is he knows something about last night. So yes, I will spend a willpower.
All right. So you will also
So that's gonna be
rolling
seven dice.
Yeah. Yep.
Right on. All right, here we go. We're gonna roll the thing with the other thing.
Okay. So, what was your desired goal?
My goal was to get him because I really don't know. I don't want to get in the middle of a supervillain turf war. What I want is to get information about him and what his powers are, and maybe long term, kind of develop him as a contact. In the supervillain community or whatever passes for that.
Okay. Is Benny a villain? Are we sure Benny's a villain? I don't think Benny's a villain. I think Benny's neutral.
We think of him as an anti-hero.
Yeah, he's neutral at worst.
That's man, whatever he has powers, and I want to know what they are.
So with one, let's see, how many powers does Benny have? Actually, hold on. Let me check something. Benny was obviously not looking at his character sheet, and I was not either, so there's something else he may have to do.
What? I don't think the psychic shield or whatever works on that.
I don't know. We're going to see.
I think it's for direct mind control, but yeah, check it out and see, because
make sure.
Windows to look at.
Okay, yeah, it's just direct mind control. Okay. All right.
Yeah, if you want to know what he can do, you just look at him. He's huge, so you figure he's probably tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna say however you want to reveal the information to him, you can reveal one of your power sets, like either your mega strength, your mega stamina. It can be like I'm just tough or I'm just strong, whatever. Since he only got one success and it was a contested roll.
Okay. So I mean, I don't know why you want to know about me, but okay. I'm a tough guy. I did a little boxing back in the day. I could take a hit. So, yeah.
Yeah,
and back when I was working, which I'm not no more because I'm retired. But back when I was working, that was very useful in my line of work.
I'm sure it was. I bet it was useful when you plowed through that brick wall last night.
What? There was no brick wall. What are you talking about? It was just the door in the back. I ain't gotta say shit. Dude. What are you talking about? No.
At this point,
you got the wrong guy.
Carmine walks up. What are you doing? Hey, Flatfoot, what are you doing? What are you doing harassing my guy? He's retired. Leave him alone. Look at this. He's an older gentleman. He's just trying to enjoy his twilight years.
Uh-huh.
Wait, twilight years? What?
He's old and frail. He's not long for this world. Come on now.
No, Carmine, he's all right. He got a what do you call mistaken identity. He thought something, but something didn't happen. That the thing last night that didn't happen. So
lots of things that don't happen every night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it could have been anybody at that place. It wouldn't be.
Yeah, who's to say?
Oh, you know what? You officer, you're a racist. You see one Italian guy at a Chinese laundromat, and you think it's me, because you're a racist. That's what it is.
Did I mention it was a Chinese laundromat?
What?
Hey, what kind of laundromat is it? This is New York City. Come on, guy. Come on. Don't try.
Yeah. Everybody knows all the laundry is Chinese in this town. You're a racist.
Yeah. You got some problems? What's going on with this?
I gotta process this for a second. I feel like I'm double teamed.
I'm dying.
All right. I ought to make an interrogation roll against this guy.
Okay, sure. I actually have a character sheet for him. Fantastic. Carmine got a character sheet.
Oh.
He is going to spend the willpower, regardless of your outcome.
Okay.
So Carmine, he just gives you like the stone cold face. He's just like, obviously, he's the brains of the operation.
Well, here's a little friendly piece of advice. Whatever kind of special people you have doing business for you, we're not going to put up with a super-powered turf war in New York City.
Whoa. Who said anything about a turf war? Who said anything about powers? Listen, my boy just takes a punch.
Carmine, I didn't tell him nothing about that. I didn't say nothing.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't. There's nothing to tell.
It was that Chinese guy. He was the one that did it.
Yeah, you gotta watch the shifty.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
What, you mean the guy with the lightning bolts?
Listen. We're not. Who's to say, Benny? Why don't you go inside? Go get yourself a sandwich.
Yeah. All right. I'll get a sandwich.
Sandwiches. Listen. We don't know anything about nothing. There's no lightning bolts here. I don't know what you're talking about. Lightning comes from the sky. Everybody knows that. It is a byproduct of charged ions.
Okay, now I'm
smart.
I'm trying to figure out how to do this as a command because I think I've barely done that.
Then he had to get to his feet and just kind of looming, just kind of fix this cop with a glare, and then go inside and get a sandwich.
Yeah, by comparison, Carmine is relatively like he's not small, but like he's not muscly, and he's kind of got that prosperous beer gut. Yeah, are you gonna try and order us, Carmine?
Yeah, I'm going to try to. I figure out how to phrase it as a command, or can I phrase it? Basically, what I'm going to attempt to do is kind of intimidate him out of using Benny as muscle for criminal activities. But if I can't do that as a command, then I'm just going to let it go for right now.
I think it would be very difficult for you to command.
Way to take away my livelihood,
Carmine, to do that.
That's okay.
Because
I'm trying to get to a different.
I'll have to go back to Jeopardy.
Yeah, I mean, you've made it very clear there will be repercussions if allegedly these activities occur, which we're not saying they've occurred or will occur.
Well, allegedly, you have and your people have just drawn some attention that you were probably not expecting to.
Your words, they wound me. They wound me. We don't want attention. We just want to live nice, peaceful lives at our delis, enjoying our sandwiches, and occasionally picking up some dry cleaning. I don't see the problem. Carmine knows. Carmine knows that you know. Carmine knows that you know that he knows.
You know?
All right. Well, your guy, though, he's not the only guy in the city with powers, and the same goes for Lightning Boy, whoever he is.
Listen, if I hear anything, I will be happy to pass the information on. Do you have a card, officer, or a contact number I can reach you at?
I will give him a card.
He'll take it. All right. Would you like a sandwich before you go?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. And I will head on out.
All right. All right. Well, Carmine's got your card. That's interesting.
And from that point, I'm going to go back.
Go wrong at all.
I'm going to go back to police headquarters, and I'm going to pull out the big book of mugshots and see if first of all, have the gang people pull me up a list of see if they can track down someone who worked with the Colombo family by the name of Benny.
Yeah, that shouldn't be hard at all. He's
No,
bound to have a
not
rap
at all.
sheet.
Yeah, they've got they give you a file, and it's one of those moments where like they pull out the file and they put it on the desk, and it's several inches thick of
The
paper.
table breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. What sort of priors does he have?
He's got some B&E. He's got some assault. He's got no murder, strangely enough.
That's good.
Most of it's stuff like
Those just couldn't be pinned. He's killed plenty of people.
it's a lot of like shaken down, that kind of thing. I interestingly, there is a note in there that during the event, he was identified in a report, or someone matching his description was identified in a report as helping to rescue a child from a car that had been involved in one of the many accidents that had occurred during that period. So,
well, that's good.
So that's in there. But yeah, nothing. I mean, he's not a Boy Scout, but it could be worse. Are you gonna look up Carmine?
Yeah, sure.
Carmine, on the other hand,
Actually was a Boy Scout for
yeah, he was a Boy Scout. But there's at least one suspicious disappearance that they feel that he's connected to, but have not been able to determine that, definitively yet. And the investigation ended up leading nowhere because the body never turned up. So he's a little bit on the more shady side. So,
I'll make note of that. And by the way, do I know Sage has powers, or does
you do not? You do not. Neither.
Oh, is this the next day? Am I just chilling at work?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you came into the office, yeah.
So good.
You're in your little cubby hole, probably playing, Wordle or something.
Yes, cackling to yourself. You know a secret. You know a secret.
I do. Trying to avoid Brad, honestly.
Fantastic.
So of the 6 characters in this game, one of them is my boyfriend who's not here tonight. One of them is a coworker who actively avoids me. One of them is a criminal who actively avoids me. And the other two, I don't know that they exist.
Exactly as planned.
Me and Luke said, "Fuck the police."
I'm really kind of at a loss as to how to proceed with this character.
I mean, you can approach me. I'm just not actively seeking you out because I'm like, oh shit, what if he can tell who I am?
All the pieces are coming together. It's a puzzle. All the pieces are coming together.
The feds will show up and throw us on it.
I will go and see Sage, and hopefully, my super detector will notice her or something.
That's okay. All right. Yeah, you can go find Sage. All right. You gonna go find Sage? She's in her cube.
Right.
Yep.
I will knock.
My favorite Spice Girl.
Wow.
So since I came into work, I prepared myself for the eventuality that I would see him.
Okay.
I just look up at him, just like, "Hey, man," and I go back to doing whatever I'm doing on the computer. Like, anything turn up with that info I gave you? I'm also curious.
Made some progress on it. I tracked down one of the people involved who is a super. And kind of an unusual, not what I was expecting, because he's big and tough and indestructible, and also an elderly man who may have dementia. So,
I'm currently now wondering if I've ever done a job for that family, being like, "Yeah, I know who you're talking about." Like in my mind, like, I feel like I know.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I need a moment. Okay.
Like, so he's the one who destroyed your computer?
well, it wasn't my computer, but he destroyed a computer. And which we think that computer was being used as a dry cleaner that was a front for Chinese mob activities, and the mystery Chinese guy who can shoot lightning bolts.
You work pretty fast.
I can be nimble.
At this point, fantastic wordplay. At this point, an officer, a patrol officer, you hear someone shout your name. Hey, Brad, where are you?
Yo, in here.
A patrol officer comes around the corner, and he is trailing behind him is obviously a civilian of some type who looks rather bookish. This guy had some questions. I knew heard about the task force you're on. Had some questions about the local crazy community. And I thought I'd point you in your direction.
Frank, we don't call it the crazy community.
Well, listen, it's whatever. It's.
I interject and I say, it's very potentiophobic of you to call it the crazies. But, I digress, and I reach up my hand.
They're doing this all right in front of my cubicle, aren't they?
Yep. And the cop goes, whatever, he's your problem now, and he walks off.
I'm pretty sure that guy was like the nephew of the captain, who has the exact same accent and attitude, and he's just a nepotism hire.
I mean, welcome to New York, right?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I didn't meet a single person who talked that way while I was up there for 9 months. All right, and I will hold up my hand and shake the new guy, Brad Jeffries.
Oh, fantastic! I am Aloysius, but you can just call me Al if that's easier for you.
Fancy name.
Okay. Oh, and this is Sage, whatever her last name is.
Summers.
Sage Summers. She's our technical support person.
Sage Summers, what a delightful name.
Don't tell my parents that. They would like to think so. Not as fancy as Aloysius, that's to be sure.
Well, the name can be a burden.
Hard to live up to
it? Hard to spell.
Sage definitely laughs at that unexpectedly. Like, all right, this guy. Like this guy.
Anyway, I was going to introduce myself. I am working with the New York Public Library. They have me doing research into the new world orders, so to speak. What I'm doing is I am meeting people and recording their emotions, their internal lives, as well as their external struggles with the new world, dealing with the fact that people have superpowers, and some people are going to use them for good, and others, well, not. So, yes, I've come to interview you to see about a police perspective on this.
Okay. Well, I'm in the police and I have perspectives, so let's go to my office. Would you like to join us, Sage, and give the sort of citizen patrol take on it? Or you can stay here and play Tetris. I mean, you get paid either way.
Yeah, I'll join. Mostly just because I'm curious at this point of Aloysius and his intentions of superpowered people. I don't say that out loud. That's my internal monologue.
So when we get back to my office, I'll offer him coffee, which I drink a lot of. So is potentiophobia an actual word, or did you just make that up to intimidate Frank?
Yes and no to both. Potentia is the word for power in Latin, or one of the many words for power, I should say. But it did seem appropriate to sort of lay it on thick with that one.
Mm-hmm. So how did you get interested in this aspect of the superpower community?
Well, I mean, superpower community is fairly new, but I've been studying these phenomena for quite a while, since before the event, as one might say. My previous studies before the event were focused on trying to understand historical analysis of supposedly superpowered figures in the past.
Do you think stuff like this might have happened in history and then just passed into legend?
Well, that is what I'm certainly trying to figure out.
Well, it's an interesting topic, and I wish you good luck with it. I would like to give you insight from my position as head of the NYPD Superhuman Task Force, but I've only had the job for less than a day, so I'm trying to figure it out myself.
It is all rather new, but that's part of the research, is figuring out people's initial reactions as well as how their opinions change over time.
What will you do with that information when you have it?
Oh, publish it for scientific purposes. You know, history is not does not simply come into being. Some people have to write it.
Interesting.
So, have you interviewed any supers so far?
Not yet. I have not had the pleasure of meeting one, or at least I have not had the pleasure of having one introduced to me in such a fashion that I would recognize them as a super.
Well, obviously that's going to be an issue. I think a lot of the supers are going to be very cautious about revealing themselves outside of a close-knit and trustworthy group. Since no one knows how the public will react. We've all read enough fiction to know that there are scenarios in which this could go very badly for everyone. Hopefully it won't.
I'm full on side-eyeing Brad right now, like,
Yes, we've probably all at least seen one or two X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Didn't turn out so great for a lot of them.
I didn't like the last two.
I don't think anyone did.
And I hope that society as a whole will react reasonably to superpower beings, and supers will also behave responsibly. But I mean, what is going to happen if there's some guy who has like Magneto level powers and wants to rule the world? Luckily, no one's been running around in costumes so far.
Oh, God bless.
I do admit I'm a little sad that the penchant for superhero fashion has not quite caught on yet.
Look, nobody looks good in tidy whities flying around a city. Let me just tell you that.
I suppose they would be hard to keep clean.
I heard there's some good dry cleaning businesses for that.
Quiet.
And also, Sig, does anyone trigger my senses at this point?
Nope, they do not.
Okay.
Nor mine.
Nope, they do not.
Okay.
I'm
Well, then
very intrigued about Aloysius.
Then I guess I'll continue talking around the issue and not advancing our relationship at all. I'll answer his questions as best I can.
Yeah, Aloysius just
hopefully-
pulls out like a form, and he just asks you like a series of questions about like, your emotional state. How do you feel? Have you witnessed any events in person? How did those events make you feel? What is your perception of the media at this time, social media, etc.
Okay.
I've definitely already zoned out and been like, playing with my fidget spinner, just like idly, curiously listening in.
I have not actually
Playing with your fidget spinner. Tell me more about
Shit.
playing with your fidget spinner.
God damn it. What do you mean?
So you're just zoning out playing with your fidget spinner, right?
Oh, fuck. I did not even think about that.
I
Yep.
don't know.
I said it, so I'm committed to it now. Yep. I just got
Yep, you
bored
are.
and didn't even think. Motherfucker. Okay.
Exactly.
God damn it. Okay.
All right. So roll your dexterity plus the 2 bonus for your mega dexterity, minus 1 for your dormancy. So roll 4 dice.
Okay. I'm in danger. No. My ADHD took hold.
Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. Didn't botch. I will need both Al and Brad to roll their perception plus awareness.
God damn it.
Can I roll perception plus research, since I'm technically doing research right now?
No, because it's not really. Well, yeah, that's under. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
We do add node, right?
Oh no! You don't have node for this. Just.
Oh,
God.
This is
I
just.
did this to myself.
So
Brad didn't realize that.
So Alan is very much. Brad is very much involved in the discussion, and is not paying attention to Sage, who he thinks is kind of a flake already, and is zoned out. Al, that fidget spinner is moving. It is clocking some speed.
That's why I don't notice it, because I could probably spin it much, much faster if I were doing it.
Hey, maybe.
And is that a fancy new fidget spinner?
I immediately stop and look at it. Like, yeah.
You must have weights around the edges to get the speeds of that.
Got it to the bodega down the street. Just came out. They're real handy. Real handy. And I'm gonna slide that into my pocket.
All right, subterfuge.
I do have that.
You do 6 dice.
Subterfuge?
Subterfuge plus manipulation. Man.
You should check out my bodega guy. 2 successes.
That's going to be wits plus rapport intent for you. for Al.
Oh,
That's-
for who?
I
She is-
can't believe I did that to myself.
She is trying to deflect.
Ooh.
Successes.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh, interesting. So you are not sure if you believe her or not. Maybe it was a trick of the eye. Maybe she's a super.
Type at computers all day, man. Got fast fingers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that is yeah. All right. It's not a win, but it's not a loss. So
My God, I can't believe I did that.
I believe I made my my playstyle. I am not responsible
did.
for your yeah.
Made it quite clear.
Quite clear. Okay. Making sure.
Hey, that was
All right. You can approach that however you choose, Al. Yeah. So, how's it going? How are things? Continue.
Yeah, Al is going to remain silent after that. Well, not remain silent. He's going to continue, the formal interview process. He's got a recording device out, and he asked, if it was okay, because he just, he's
a
writing
recording
it down.
device, you say?
Yeah,
Hold on.
but if
Oh,
he,
God.
if anybody said no to it being on, he wouldn't have turned it on.
This is going to end poorly.
But he, this is a formal, research educational interview, so it would have been recorded if everybody was okay with it.
Is everyone okay with it?
Yeah, because I'm being evasive as hell.
It wasn't until I fucked up.
But he does make mental note, once, he's going to try to, once they leave the office, he's going to try to, sidle up to Sage.
Okay. That's. I mean, it's kind of around noon. I mean, she's at work, so it's going to be
Yep.
hot
Tell her about
minute.
the sunrise in your
I
apartment.
mean,
Yeah.
Fair.
I could be going out to get a sandwich from said bodega.
Yeah, if it's about lunchtime, I could be like, I would love to buy both of you a sandwich from your local bodega.
There's a nice Italian place down in Brooklyn.
At this point, I don't want to be suspicious by hiding from him. Be like, yeah, man. As long as you're
Italian
buying.
sounds nice. Yes, absolutely. I have a certain budget that I can spend on my subjects. Oh, that's such a terrible word.
Subjects.
Yeah, I'll need a different word for that. Participants in my studies.
Mm-hmm. I'm just like, free food, hiding from this guy, but free food. I can afford food, but free food. I'm also intrigued by
And the
him,
accent.
so I guess I'm like,
The accent.
I need to know if he figured it out or not, because I can't tell, so I'll agree to go.
All right.
And you will reveal your powers as the sun comes up in his apartment.
By making his computer explode.
Well, one way to kill a man. All right. So y'all are going to lunch. I think we're going to pause there for now. And you can contemplate how you want to approach that until next time.
Okay.
So, chaos. Truly. I love it. Yeah, so everyone...
apartment overlooking everything with the girl.
I figured out my next character though.
He's known as Scatman.
He's
Oh, God
not the
damn
jive turkey. He's the shit turkey. He's the poop Puritan.
Oh, this is taking
First
a turn.
shit's giving.
Shit pilgrim.
I'm sorry. Shit's giving.
The first shit's giving. That's right. That's how we celebrate it.
Oh, I apologize to our listeners. It's a turn for the worse.
So you want to take the plural off of that? We don't have that many.
Oh, that's sad. I apologize to our listener. Oh, by the way, that actually brings up another interesting point.